The Young Americans are back in town with their summer camp, using music and dance to help kids build friendships and confidence. Let's learn more about this unique organization.
It's really fun. We learn a lot of dances and songs and things, and it's really exciting.
Every year, the Young Americans visit more than 200 communities and work with more than 52,000 students from kindergarten to high school.
This is an opportunity for kids to be on stage, learn to sing, learn to dance, come out of their shell, and meet different people from all over the world, because the cast members of the Young American come from all over, from many, many countries. And so they're wonderful, positive role models.
Using music as our medium to connect with people nationally as well as all over the globe, and using music as the medium to uplift students, instill self-confidence in them, and in doing that through performing on the stage, whether it's their first time, doing a thing like this, or if they've been in show choir their entire lives.
The Young Americans have partnered with the El Segundo Education Foundation to help keep the arts in the city's schools.
Thank you so much. Enjoy the show.
What's fantastic is the Young Americans give part of the proceeds back to our education foundation, and then those funds go back into our school district to ensure that we still have arts, performing arts, visual arts in our schools.
As someone who grew up in El Segundo, if I didn't have the performing arts or have any kind of arts in general, I felt that I wouldn't have had a lot of outlets to express myself, or a lot of friendships and ties. A lot of my best friends from El Segundo I was in marching band with, or I was in choir with, and I know so many kids and so many people that have come out of El Segundo or still in El Segundo now that rely on these things as part of their expressive outlets. A lot of kids are math and science or English or things like that, but not everybody is, so having that option and having that outlet is really good.
The Young Americans started their international music outreach tours in 1992 and began making stops in El Segundo 10 years later.
I was a Young American myself when I was 18 through 22 years old, which was a long time ago. And so I traveled with the Young Americans. In fact, when they went on the very first national tour, the teaching tour that they do now, I was on that cast. So I had a unique experience doing that. And then after I got done with Young Americans, I went through college and got a teaching credential, and I started teaching here in El Segundo at Richmond Street Elementary School soon after that. So once I started actually teaching, I wasn't in Young Americans anymore, but I wanted to bring them to my community and share with my community, El Segundo, how great Young Americans is. And so the first year they came here was in January of 2002. And that was me bringing them here because I had experience with Young Americans. And then since then, it's just taken off.
Kids in this summer camp spend 4 days working with cast members before performing on stage for their friends and family.
All of our shows are kind of variety style, so we try to get exposure to a lot of different forms of music and the arts.
I've learned how to sing and dance. It's fun. I get to meet new people, meet all of the Young Americans.
The overall theme of the workshop is called The World is Ours, but every day has its own specific theme. So the first day is The World is Ours to explore, and then the third day is The World is Ours to inspire. So we've been doing numbers that correspond to those themes.
We are the ones who make a brighter day, so let's start giving. There's a choice we're making.
So it's really based around how music and art and everything connects everyone all around the world.
I'd like to hold it in my heart, anything come to me.
We're doing dancing and singing together with our groups.
A few of the cast members on this stop are back in their hometown, where they were first introduced to the workshops.
So I started taking workshop here at Segundo High School, and I started my junior year of high school, where my friend basically forced me to take workshop, and I just fell in love with it after that.
I went to Segundo High School, and I took the Young Americans workshop my junior year of high school here, and it was an amazing experience, and I really had an interest in it, and so I took it again my senior year, and then I auditioned and I got in, and so it's really crazy to be back. I graduated in 2014 from here, so it's been a few years since I've been with the Young Americans, so being back on the stage where it all inspired me to become a Young American is really cool.
My elementary choir teacher, Mrs. Baldino, she convinced me to take workshop, oh my gosh, maybe 13, 14 years ago or so when I was 8. I'm 21 now, so from then till about 18, I'd been taking workshop almost every year, or when summer camps came through, I did, and then I kind of just auditioned and joined from then on, and I've kind of been here ever since.
Parents and kids look forward to this summer camp every year.
It's a really nice summer camp. You get to be active, you get to have so much fun, and you can't do anything wrong here. You just have fun, you get to be yourself, and that's very great. And I think this is just important because everybody needs to get a sense that they can be themselves and that they are in a nurtured environment to be who they are, and they can feel like they can express themselves freely.
The Young Americans are about the most fantastic organization for young people I know, because they accept everybody, including kids that are of different abilities, including my son, who is in a wheelchair and has cerebral palsy but absolutely loves music to his soul. And they appreciate that. They take kids who are special needs, regular needs, everybody, and they include them all. There is a place for everyone to love music.
That's the end of this 5-day experience, but the Young Americans will return to El Segundo January 11th for a 4-day workshop. Visit youngamericans.org for more information. Reporting from the El Segundo Performing Arts Center, I'm Catherine Chen for El Segundo TV.